right, everyone, welcome back. Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for being here today to a new episode for a new episode of Music with Nick. I had some problems with the previous marathon, but we're working on that, Alexa and I, because something happened to this fella here, the mic. If it's too loud, let me know. It might be too loud, but I rather have it louder than I sound like under the water. I did a whole marathon and you can barely hear me. So we're going to manually up my voice on the editing, table. And that's just going to take a lot of time because you have to when the music kicks in, you have to kind of cut that part out because that music is already perfectly the volume. So we're just gonna have to up my voice on the previous marathon, the one I did Thin Lizzy for Nick. This is another marathon for Nick, and this is pretty much Phil LYNOTT by himself. So thank you again so much, Nick, for the support and for showing me all this great work. You have to see that marathon. I actually got the guitar out, but then I was so bummed because you can't hear the guitar. So we're just going to try and fix it. It's going to take a day or two. But in the meantime, I'm doing this one. So right now we're going to do Samantha. So Samantha is the first song. This is from Phil LYNOTT and John Sykes. Sykes. It says here from 1985. That's the first song we're going to do. Then we're going to do Please Don't Leave Me. This is also John Sykes and Phil LYNOTT, 82. These are all YouTube links. Then we're going to do some, I did find some material here in Spotify. We're going to do A Child's Lullaby. This is from Solo in Soho, right? This is a solo album as well from Phil LYNOTT. It doesn't say the year, but we'll figure that out in a second. And then we're gonna do from the same album the title track, Solo in Soho, right? And then we're gonna do a Phil LYNOTT, A Night in the Life of a Blues Singer. And this is from 1985. So Solo in Soho, let's see. Let's see, that is from 1980. All right. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And yeah, I hope it's not too loud. I mean, I'm going to listen to my audio right now, but I hope it's okay. But let's start with the music. All right. So it is pretty loud, the volume, but I rather have it louder than and you can turn me down, then you can't hear me at all. So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm maybe put the microphone a little bit further away. And so here we go again. Thank you so much, Nick, for this marathon, for both of the marathons. I changed the light up as well. I looked like I had yellow fever. So, but no, thanks to all the fans, of Thin Lizzy, of NicknLex, of Phil LYNOTT, and just of rock in general, and for being here. There's a lot of people who watch all the videos, and I do thank you from the bottom of my heart for the support, really. And there's even people like and that we've met in person, and they're like, hey, I can't catch up, I'm like 9 days behind, like stop making so many videos. But it really is very positive for me and very therapeutic, and I have a lot of fun doing this. So aside from my daytime job, doing this, it has really helped me, and with all kinds of stuff, I don't know, I'm just like not having like the best time right now in my life. I mean, Alexia is my stone, she's my rock, she's my just like, I'm so lucky to have her because she's really helped me through a lot of just personal stuff that I'm going through, stuff that I'm going through with my parents. It's just difficult to see, when they're getting older and I don't know. It's just very hard for me. Uh, and them suffering like memory loss issues and just stuff that's hard to handle. So this really is like my safe haven. Like when I sit in front of here and I listen to this music, and it's really really helping me out. So thank you so much for the support, everyone. And maybe one day I'll sit down and talk about like what I'm going through, but I'm not like, don't worry, I'm not like in any danger or anything. I'm a happy guy. It's just, it's difficult, and I know all you guys have been there. You know what it's like to go through of losing your parents to dementia or Alzheimer's and stuff like that. So it's just like, it's tough, because I mean, our parents are just, we only have you know one set of parents. So yeah. But to start with the marathon, we're gonna do 3 YouTube videos, and then we're gonna do these two the two audios on Spotify. So if the audio is a little bit off sometimes, it's because it's YouTube. But unfortunately I would have done them on Spotify, but they're just not available. So some of Phil's music is not available on Spotify, so it's all good. But thank you again, Nick, for providing me with the links. You actually sent me the links, so that helps tremendously. All right, well, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's this is what makes me happy, music. It's really really helpful for all kinds of sadness and stuff that someone can go through. And I guess maybe even if you're having a bad day and you watch a video like this, maybe you're gonna feel better. And I'm sure some people have told me they do. So that alone gives me happiness to make you guys happy. I feel happier. It's just a win-win situation. It's a wonderful thing to listen to music together, even if you're not sitting in the same room. But hey, I know a lot of you guys. I've talked to some of you. I've texted. It's just really, really beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so sorry for the long intro, but sometimes you do have to talk about other things. So let's get going. I'm just gonna. This light is a little bit too bright. Maybe this. Okay, now I mean, I look yellow, but hey, you guys don't care about that. But it's also not so heavy on the eyes. So here we go. Let's start it off with Samantha. Here we go. Okay, let's try something because it's very buffy. It's very like, it sounds like it's under the water. Let me see if I find a better file. The thing is, this is the link that Nick sent me, and I want to respect that, of course, but maybe it's the only one. Is this the same length? Okay, let's try this. I hope there's no commercials. It doesn't matter. If there's commercial, we just skip it. Sounds better. Very cool. I like it. It's very different from Thin Lizzy, of course, but this is the solo, you know, solo career of Phil, and I like it. You know, I'm. Let me just turn it down a tad because I think I'm screaming at you guys. Um, I like this. The comment section is kind of like divisive. Some people don't really like it, but some are defending this, you know, with tooth and nail, which I love. You know, when people get passionate about the music. It says here, written about Jimmy Bain's daughter Samantha. Um, uh, so yeah, but this one sounds a little bit louder. The other one was a little bit too buff. So I hope um you like it, Nick. So but yeah, I'm really liking the keyboards. It's very, you know, easygoing, and it has a nice chorus. It's just like the Samantha, bum, ba-da-da-da-da. You know, it sounds more ballady, which is kind of cool. So what I'm gonna do, just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna listen to the first 5 seconds of the other two YouTube links, and if I find a better version, I'm just gonna use that. Okay. All right. Yeah, the quality is just like, unfortunately the quality is not the best, but I think that's the best what we can get because all links. This was the one that Nick sent me was the most watched, and this one is the second most watched. It's just that's just the quality that we're gonna get. But I really like the whole like let's see, because in the other video I was also playing some guitar and then you couldn't even hear it, but what I loved about this whole thing was like, I mean, it's not, those are not the chords, but it had this. I know it's not those chords, but that dum 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 ba dum dum bum 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 ba dum. You know that are the way the chords were being, you know, actually not just played but actually like arpeggiated. um I like that. I really like that effect, and the chorus that was on the guitar. And I don't know, it was I think I like the song very very much. But like I said, in the comment section, there's some people that think it's not that great. But okay, whatever, man. But they got a lot of a lot of flack for it, which is, you know, I see in the comment section as well. Our comment section, you know, when they criticize us or something, for not knowing enough and stuff like that. Okay, all right. This was great. Second song, we're gonna do "Please Don't Leave Me," and what I'm gonna do just to, you know, stick with the best quality, I'm gonna pause real quick, check the quality, and come back. All right, so this sounds. I listened to like the first 3 seconds. Sounds great. Here we go. Please don't leave me. Yeah, I really liked it. It's really different, but it's really good, you know. And even in the comment section, I love, there's like people writing in Spanish, and it says love the guitar solo, which is was pretty really good by John. I know that he's the guitar player. And then it says still listening to this in 2020, of course. And then this one, look, this is the best one. It says I'm a diehard Phil fan, and I remember hearing this back in '82, thinking, God, this, what is it with this cheesy crap, right? And it says, but now Philip's voice has always been magic to me. Now I find myself listening and singing over and over again. Um, the same. Okay, well, there's some typos here, but it says, "Rest in peace, Black Rose of Ireland. You will forever be my king of rock." See, so you see how people change. Maybe he was a diehard metal fan, and when he heard this, he was like, "Wow, this is so like soft and it's romantic and it's." But hey, you know, people grow up, and then you actually you feel what it's what this means, you know. I've always been a fan of, you know, softer music, and I grew up with classical music and jazz. So if something is not like, that's fine, man, you know. And there was a great melody, it was a great theme, it was great, it was a great song, and the solo was really cool, like you know, um what he was doing there, really cool stuff. So I'm liking this very much. um I like all of Phil's stuff, like Thin Lizzy, him with Knopfler, him with Here with John. So far, I mean, the guy's just like, you can't go wrong. He has a voice. The voice is really like, everything that I've ever heard of Phil is just amazing. So okay, so the next song, this is gonna be quality. This is gonna be Spotify quality, so I'm not even worried. It's not gonna stutter or anything. No commercials. This is A Child's Lullaby from 1980 in Solo and Soho. And here we go. And then after that, we're gonna play the title track, Solo and Soho, and then another YouTube link, another YouTube link. Here we go.
Close your eyes, my sleepy child. Don't let a teardrop fall. There is no need to cry, child. There is no need at all. Dry your eyes and sleep now. Let your sweet dreams flow. And when you rise, know that I'll be near, because I love you so. Don't be sad, my baby girl. Don't be bad on me. Please don't be sad, my baby girl. Your daddy is here with you. Dry your eyes, don't weep now. Don't let a teardrop fall. Close your eyes and sleep now. God protects us all. And God is the greatest thing that only the fools do not know. To love God is the greatest thing, but I'm a fool and I love you so. God knows that I love you. Sleep tight, my sweet child. Don't let a teardrop flow. Good night, my sleepy child. There is no need for sorrow. So dry your eyes and sleep now. Let your sweet dreams flow. And when you rise, know that I'll be near, because I love you so. God knows that I love you.
Very short but very sweet, man. I love the the inclusion here. I think it was just a quartet, you know, like maybe two violins, two cellos, but man, was that effective. It just works, you know. It has worked all like every rock band should play, you know, with a little bit of strings at least once, you know. I've seen the Beatles do it, you know. I think the first time I heard them was Eleanor Rigby, and I think that's only you know, a cello and violins, if I'm not mistaken. I have to hear it again, but like Metallica has done it. I've seen so many bands do Dream Theater. I think I don't know. I've never heard Iron Maiden play with an orchestra, but then there's a okay. Orchestra is different than a quartet, a string quartet. But this was really nice. And like I said, the guy's voice is just so good. You can't go wrong. Anything he does, and this was not Thin Lizzy. This was not his rock stuff. This was just his personal journey, you know. And I like that a metal guy or a rocker, you know, like him, because he's such an iconic figure, you know. Like you look up Phil, and he's like, you know, with the bass, and he's a rocker, you know. And that he can also, you know, go into the studio and record something. You know, we don't need rock and metal all the time. It was just very good, you know. So all right, so this is from his same album. This is the title track, Solo in Soho, and here we go.
Out on the streets every day.
This isn't
I'm a clapped out whore.
Stop this lying, stop this cheating, stop treating me like I am some kind of fool over whose eyes you can pull the wool. You're not so cool, remember it's to me you're speaking. Stop cutting, stop hurting, stop this dirt about you lifting up your skirt to any man dressed in pants with shirt buttons undone and flirting. When you're solo down in Soho, there is no hope, no how, no place to go. You will go alone. Some people say I'm a crazy kind of fool, but be that as it may, you always treat me cruel. Solo in Soho. Stop talking, stop eating. We can't go on meeting and greeting and meeting and sleeping and meeting and cheating. You know that's deceiving and that's repeating. When you're solo down in Soho, there is no hope, no how. You've got nowhere to go, but you go alone. Some people say I'm a crazy kind of fool, but be that as it may, you always treat me cruel. Solo in Soho. you are solo in Soho. There is no hope, no how, no how. You've got nowhere to go, but you go along. Some people say I'm a crazy kind of fool. Be that as it may, always treat me cool. Solo in Soho.
Man, let me tell you something about reggae. I love reggae. I literally was raised like with reggae because my mom and even my dad, like both of them were huge reggae fans. I hope this is not too loud. If it's too loud, I'm sorry. I just reset the mic and I had to upgrade the computer. But so I mean, every road trip, every time when we moved to Mexico, every time we would go somewhere and everything was kind of like far away, like an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, always Bob Marley, um, Peter Tosh, just, and it was just so good. It was such a great way to experience music and learn about rhythm and like the reggae, the drums, they sound particularly different, the boom boom da-da-da, boom 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 tss. And just the reggae, the beat. And I remember that when I was in my early 20s, so in my teens I was only playing metal and stuff, and I was just like obsessed with that kind of stuff. And then I got approached by this guy Bob, and he's like a very well-known musician in Puerto Vallarta, and he plays like the flute, and he like they call him like almost like the Jethro Tull guy, because he also stands on one leg and plays the flute, but he also plays the sax and all kinds of stuff. So he basically got in touch with me, and he's like, "Hey, we need a guitar player. I'm gonna make this reggae band. Would you be interested?" I'm like, "Well, I love reggae, but I have no idea how to play it, right? I'm a metal guy, right?" So, and that's basically during that time I learned so much. I learned all kinds of like theory, and because all the guys that I was playing with, they were all like 10, 15, 20 years, 25 years older than me, at the time, or even more, 30 years older. So they were like, they took me under the wing, and when I got into the band, they're like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Like, turn your guitar down." Like, that's the first thing, to know when to play loud, when to let other people breathe, let the band breathe. That's I learned so much about music when I started to playing when I played with those guys, because oh, because yeah, I mean, I didn't know I played in some metal bands and rock bands, so it was always okay to be loud, but this was different. This was like, okay, you're gonna take a solo and like, like take your distortion down here, and then feel the music, and just like also just about theory, and everybody would talk to me, the drummer, the bass player, the pianist, Bob. Everybody was giving me advice what not to do and what to do, and they were all nice about it, and I just grew so much during those years. So for me, reggae, and we would do, Beatles, we would do all the kinds of music that's not reggae, but we would do it in reggae, and that's what was the gist of the band. So we would play at hotels, and people were like, "Oh, that's nice," they're doing like, I don't know. There's so much music that I know the names of, but I've never really heard. We would do um uh moon dance, but in reggae, moon dance, and all kinds of stuff. And we even went into the studio, we recorded an album, but it was all reggae and it was all versions of rock music, classic rock, but in reggae. So that's where I got my reggae, school. So yeah, so this was fantastic. It was a great song, and he has a perfect voice, like I said, for every style. And this is what I like about him, that he's not afraid. That's what I loved when I heard Steely Dan Haitian Divorce, reggae. That's, I think, their only song that sounds a little bit reggae. Maybe Babylon Sisters, a little bit of a reggae vibe going on, but this was great. Okay, so we're gonna play our last song. This is from YouTube, so give me a second to check. Okay, this sounds great. Okay, I just played about a second. Here we go with the last song. This is called A Night in the Life of a Blues Singer. Here we go.
In the old days, I used to sing the blues. I had nothing to live for, therefore nothing left to lose. And all the time, I was just paying my dues. Like an old blues singer, like an old blues singer. I had no real troubles then, but I had lots of friends. But friends come and go, and friendship ends. And this old blues singer is made amends. You don't pretend, you don't pretend. Story about another man's woes. I'd tell the glory of how I took the blows. But now she's gone, well, no. This old blues singer, this old blues singer.
Amazing. On the guitar here. I figured it out because I was reading the comments. It says, and it even says here, believe it or not, this was actually recorded in 1974 when Gary Moore was in the band for the first time. Phil said in an interview that they just dubbed some strings in later. This is amazing. And I love his voice here. It sounds like, like Ray Charles or like Joe Cocker, like really deep blues. Just fantastic, man. Fantastic. Beautiful. I like that dun dun da 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 da. I was actually like I was like, how would that go? That's a tricky one because it's chromatic. There you go. But at least I was like, that's not a normal lick. That's a chromatic lick. And it is. Yeah. Really cool. I love it. I love this guy's music. Wonderful. And that solo.
Nightclub is closed now. Everybody's gone home. The band are packing up, and I'm on my own. All the time, I should have known. This old blues singer, this old blues singer. You know, in the old days, I could sing the blues. Had nothing to live for, but nothing to lose. I don't want your sympathy. I'll just sing the blues. I'll just sing the blues.
Fantastic. Fan-frickin-tastic. I love it. Man, let's play another one because now this, so basically a lot of people, you know, I just do this because some of you guys are constantly, you know, supporting the channel, and that's when I add another song because, you know, I also want to give back, you know. So I think it's only like, I think it's a nice thing to do, and because you're also being very nice, you know, with all the support. So, but I just want to make it clear that, you know, I don't do this every time. I do it very much because I also enjoy it very much. But if you, for example, if it's your first time, you know, requesting a marathon, I might not do it. And especially when the marathon runs shorter. But in this case, like Nick literally, this is the 7th time that he has requested a marathon. 7 times. So, you know, I mean, you know, I just, I wanna give more, you know. I think it's like, you know, that's what I think. Okay, so I think what we should do is do another song from Solo and Soho, and I've picked Yellow Pearl. I hope that's a good song. It does have a bunch of plays, so let's check it out. But this, man, this was a great blues song. That guitar solo was just fantastic. So give me just one moment and I'll be right back with you. All right, so I made a little change, as you will see in the description. So I'm gonna just do the first track because that one has a lot more plays than Yellow Pearl, because I was like, Yellow Pearl has like almost no plays at all. So let's do something that's a little bit more known. We're gonna do Dear Miss Lonely Hearts, but I'm just checking real quick that I haven't done this before, because then we're in trouble. Let's see. No, we have not. Okay. Sorry about that. Dear. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, no, no. This is Thin Lizzy. Okay. Dear Heart. Yeah, it's Dear Heart. This is Dear Miss Lonely Hearts. So very different. Yeah, check out the reaction that I did with Alexia to Dear Heart by Thin Lizzy. All right, here we go.
Dear Miss Lonely Hearts, I had to write this letter to tell you how I came to meet her. She was sweet, but I dated her sister. That's how I made my mistake, and I can't forget her. I felt depressed till a friend of mine suggested that I write to this address. So unless you can find a cure for my loneliness, it will persist, it will persist. Lonely boy, looking for another lonely girl to love one another. Lonely heart, turn to each other. Lonely soul, lonely souls. Dear lonely boy, I doubt if my reply will bring much joy. It seems from your letters that you like, strongly imply that you were satisfied to take a sister by your side. I became distressed at your total lack of tactfulness. So at best, all I can suggest is that you resist and you put an end to such thoughts of silliness. Lonely boy, looking for another lonely girl to love one another. Lonely heart, turn to each other. Lonely soul. Dear Miss Lonely Hearts, I've got problems. You're the only one I know that can solve them. I love a girl, but I'm dating her sister. And if I persist in my pursuit, I will kiss her. Dear lonely girl, I doubt if this reply will bring much joy. But you must not trust this boy. You must not lust this boy. Resist and do not kiss this boy. Lonely boy, looking for another lonely girl to love one another. Lonely heart, turn to each other. Lonely soul, like a lonely soul. Lonely boy, I'm waiting. Lonely girl, looking for a lonely girl. Lonely heart, I'm lonely. Lonely soul. I've got problems, you can solve them. Lonely girl, I'm late to this lonely heart. For I'm a lonely soul, you're sincerely lonely boy. Lonely girl, must be attractive. Lonely heart, please send the fruit. Lonely soul. One lonely boy is looking for another lonely girl to love one another. Lonely hearts, answer me, answer my plea, answer me. Lonely boy, looking for a female lonely girl. Lonely heart, please send
Very good, man. It's just This one literally, you know, it reminded me of like Mark Knopfler's like Dire Straits, but when after the first album, like they totally went a different direction, like Brothers in Arms, you know, um, uh, that kind of stuff. You know, I love how musicians evolve, and I think that album, I mean, the first Dire Straits album is the best one for me, but I do love the second one and then the third one when they did the MTV thing. Um, is that brother? No, that's not Brother in Arms. That's like um. It's gonna drive me insane. I'm gonna look it up. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. Money for Nothing. That's what this felt like. It was just like a little departure from his usual stuff. It's more commercial. It's great. I love it, man. This was very, very cool, very interesting. I love to see all these sides of Phil Lynott, and just like even that solo and that blues song of his, holy moly, wonderful, wonderful everything. So thank you again, Nick, so much for this. This was awesome. I'm working on the first marathon of this week for Thin Lizzy. I had some audio problems with the mic here. I hope this was not too loud, but hey, you can always turn it down. But you can't if you can't hear me, you can't. Even if you turn it up, it was just horrible because the music was fine, but the audio was it was like, and then it would cut out. So I have to fix it. It's gonna take me, you know, a little bit, like I said before, but hey, all good. Thank you again so much, everyone, for watching. If you're a fan of this music, give it a thumbs up, you know, the video, or a thumbs down. You know, usually these videos don't get any kind of negativity. It's because it's such great music. But thank you. And if you like the channel, please do subscribe so we know, you know, our subscriber base. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.